Okay. What's the order of business right now? Is it we're waiting on Rodgers, or you're just done with that? You're not even. Are you even texting people about this story at all, or what? Are you?
It's the single biggest loose ends, and it impacts some of the other loose ends, such as Kirk Cousins. And so, absolutely, it's the one of the driving storylines through the course of this offseason. It'll go on as long as Aaron Rodgers lets it go on. What I would tell you is it has not changed in the past 6 weeks. Everything has been pointing. If you just look at this logically, forget information for a second. That's my lane, but let's just look at this logically.
Sure.
Aaron Rodgers has one team right now that really needs a starting quarterback. It's in Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers took one visit. It was to the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers has been throwing with one wide receiver out in California. It is DK Metcalf, who is a member of the Steelers. And Pittsburgh, other than drafting Will Howard late in the draft, they've absolutely operated like a team that anticipates, maybe not knowing 100%, but anticipates that Aaron Rodgers is going to be a member of the Steelers and their starting quarterback come week one. We also know this about Aaron. He's never liked offseason workouts. He showed up, for a lot of them back during his Green Bay days, but when it came to the collective bargaining negotiations in 2020, he was the loudest voice saying we shouldn't have to do anything until August 1st. There should be no voluntary stuff. There should be no mandatory minicamp. August 1st should be the start. He lost on that point because there just wasn't a lot of support for it, particularly because it didn't make sense for the union to leverage something that players already don't have to do. But, for Aaron, he's never felt like those things were necessary here. And so is it the week of minicamp? Is it the day after minicamp? Is it the week before training camp? Is it the day before training camp begins? Somewhere in that bandwidth, I believe. I don't know this for a fact, Rich, because we're talking about the enigma of the NFL here, but I anticipate Aaron Rodgers is going to end up committing to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers, that it's a matter of when, not if. He could wake up tomorrow and decide to go to Egypt for 3 months and put his football career behind him. I don't know that, but I would say all signs continue to point right now to Aaron Rodgers being the Steelers quarterback in 2025.
So let me ask you this. Riddle me this, Tom Pelissero, who, again, is joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show with the Dan Quinn look. The Saints, sir. Nice. Any shot the Saints give him a call now that Derek Carr is officially not going to be their quarterback, retired, gone, and they've got a very green quarterback room, including the kid they drafted in this year's draft in Green Bay. Any shot the Saints give a call to Aaron Rodgers? A FaceTime, obviously, to Aaron Rodgers.
Until Aaron Rodgers commits to playing somewhere, you never say never on anything. It's the NFL in 2025. We've seen much wilder stuff than that happen. I would say, based on what I know about the Saints, they've been aware of the retirement possibility for over a month with Derek Carr. They've known that there's an issue with his shoulder. They've known that Derek Carr, really, even through the conversations about his contract and otherwise, didn't express a great deal of interest necessarily in wanting to continue to play for the Saints. And that's why they proceeded the way they did. That's why they drafted Tyler Shuck, who, granted, didn't start a ton of games, but did play 7 years of college football and has a foundation in a lot of different offenses, and his, perhaps the most pro-ready quarterback in this entire draft, just in terms of his knowledge base, the responsibility he had at the line of scrimmage in Louisville, and otherwise. But also, Kellen Moore coming in. They still have veterans on the roster. Tyrann Mathieu still there. Cam Jordan, Demario Davis. But they're getting young at a lot of spots really quickly here. They've drafted quarterbacks 3 years in a row, different coaching staff now, but same front office. They drafted Jake Haener. They drafted Spencer Rattler. Now they drafted Tyler Shuck. Somewhere within those three guys, they're hoping, because these are all throwing darts at the dartboard when it comes to the quarterback position, maybe one of these guys ends up being a dude, and you don't take Tyler Shuck with the 40th overall pick if you don't believe this guy at least has a chance to be your starting quarterback. The Saints are always a pedal to the metal type of team. They've been that way for years. It's max out the salary cap. It's mortgage future draft picks. There's never a rebuild. There is never a burn it down and build it back up. They are always go, go, go. And certainly they feel like they're in a division where they've got the opportunity to compete right away. I don't get the sense that Aaron Rodgers is going to end up in New Orleans. There is perhaps, you could certainly argue, a clearer path for Aaron Rodgers to get into the playoffs in the NFC and particularly in the NFC South. But that's about the only argument for going to New Orleans. It would still, again, I don't know, I anticipate Aaron Rodgers is going to be the Steelers quarterback. But until he actually signs somewhere and makes a commitment, again, he's the enigma. Never say never.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.